Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in this world of ours. This is Hedge Lee with a morning update for Bitcoin. All right, so we have these two wedge patterns still well within, impregnated, if you will, a larger triangle. And if this moves within A, B, C, D, E, it'll allow for the price to extend sideways. And then the duration of the correction will be 4 months. Therefore, once and if this wedge completes, breaks out, it'll move to finish the D, then the E, and ideally a breakout. That'll be the most ideal scenario of the price trajectory. So again, in order for this to transpire, this bottom line support, which goes back to about August, probably further than that, has to hold. And the apex, some people have asked me, so could it like break out like this? Just go shoot right up. Well, yes, of course, anything is possible. In other words, I guess what they really meant was, can it go like this and instead of doing the E, break out on the D? Yes. Bear in mind that not every triangle has to put in A, B, C, D, E. There's no log on that. Quite often the breakout can happen while going towards the D and break. The only thing that I would not like about that would be the proximity of the price to the apex. It'll be a little too far away. Ideally, that's why finishing the E will bring the price close to the apex and therefore allow a more meaningful, sustainable rally and a breakout and a breach. So let's see how the price goes. But before that, get a higher resolution look. We have been looking at this fractal for a while now, a few days. And so even from a 4-hour perspective, it looks pretty uncanny. Here in this case, we've got the wedge, which did a spike down well below the bottom line of the white triangle. And this was a bullwhip. Now, I'm expecting the same similarity where price could break below slightly temporarily the blue line and then move back in. If we go deeper into it to a 1-hour chart now, so we have the A complete, B, C, D, and since this did touch the bottom line, could this be the E? Yes, I've already mentioned that. That is the E. But it doesn't count so well in the subwaves of the C, but it is potential that we can break out if we rearranged the waves, this technically counts as a 5. And therefore, if we had that, then the situation will look like this. But we do have A, B, C, D, E. So it could be complete, yes. Because 3 and 4 and 5 do fit in to this 5-wave impulse down. So if we're looking at 1, and this is now A, B, C, D, E, maybe doing some kind of a triangle, we could potentially see a breakout. Please excuse my freehand drawing, but it gives you the gist. Now, if we look at a more higher resolution of this part of the pattern, we could potentially say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, like so. There's a triangle forming. So we can say 1, 2, and 3. We can potentially, tentatively give an impulse direction for this. Because this does count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. If that's the case, let's see what happens in this triangle pattern and how the price traverses. If we see this going higher and does a breakout, then I think this could become the primary, where E, C, 5 of C of blue E could be complete. I had introduced this last night, the logarithmic chart. A logarithmic chart equalizes, normalizes the distance between the price, regardless of the price value in dollar amounts. Note in the y-axis, the distance between 2,000 and 2,500 is no different than 465 and 585. That is the normalization that the logarithmic chart provides. And this is not necessarily a Gann fan line, but it could be similar to it. Drawing the support lines from a trend line support shows that at around, if price fell right down to it right now, it'll be at around 7,622, the touch point. That means this support has to hold. And that support is very similar to this support line, which goes at around 7,400, 500, 600 as well. And when you get the confluence of support lines coming together into a focal point, usually it stands as a very good support. So we are at a bit of a, again, soon to be at a critical juncture. Will it hold and bounce, or will it breach and then rely on the second support line zone? Many are saying that we could have a repeat of the 2013-14, the 15-month correction phase. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But there's a difference between possibility and probability. And we could have a bowl shape right here going. But I think we need to first wait and see if this support will hold. So let's see how the rest of the day on the price action for Bitcoin goes. I hope this has been helpful for you to be able to augment your own due diligence. Thank you and have a great day.